I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, this meeting is called to order. So today is August 19th, 2025. While this meeting is being broadcast via Zoom, oral public comment may only be provided live at the City Council meeting in person. The City Council meeting is available for instant translation in over 50 languages with Wordly, which is accessible via mobile phone, computer, and video displays by scanning the QR code located on the upper right-hand corner of the agenda. So back to today's business. City Clerk Guzetta, please take the roll.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Here.
Councilmember Chua.
Here.
Councilmember Lamb.
Here.
Councilmember Lian.
Here.
And I am here.
Mayor Montano, thank you.
So before we adjourn to closed session, Acting City Attorney Creech, please brief the public on the closed session items for today.
Thank you, Mayor. Today you have one item on closed session is conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6. The agency's designated representative is Rick Bolanos of Liebert, Cassidy, and Whitmore. The employee organizations are ProTech, MidCon, MEA, and unrepresented employees.
Thank you, City Attorney. And now I'll call for public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on this item?
I have no public speaker cards, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. I don't see anyone in the public, so we will adjourn to closed session. So they will say the Pledge of Allegiance. You don't need to call anybody here.
Good. Cute.
It's 7:00. Hello, everyone. We're back from closed session. So now we're going to do we're going to have our city attorney go ahead and report out what we talked about or what we can't talk about.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, there's nothing to report out of closed session. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. And so now we're going to do this. This is our first time that we're having the scouts come and do the Pledge of Allegiance. So we're going to have them do that. And let me say who it is. It's presented by the Mount Olive Ministries Scout Troop that will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. So you will ask for someone to.
Troop 92.
Color guards, prepare to advance. Color guards, advance. Audience, please place your right hand over your heart and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call guards, prepare to post the colors. Call guards, post the colors. Call guards, honor the colors. 2. Call guards, dismissed. Audience, you may be seated.
Thank you very much. And this was Troop 92. And I also want to thank Councilmember Chua for bringing, or requesting that they come and do the color guard for us. Thank you very much. So we have, did you say something? Why don't you go ahead and.
Mayor, thank you. Can you please acknowledge the Scoutmasters today? Come on up, please.
Thank you so much, Ms. Chu. Tonight, I am representing Troop 92. My name is Christopher Pham, or Crispy to the Scouts. We have different assistant scoutmasters here tonight. There will be the parents, Mr. A, Mr. Swami, who is on my right, and some of the parents may have stepped out, but we are here representing for our Troop 92 and our longtime shared history with Milpitas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. So now we have the invocation. We have Councilmember Lamb to provide the invocation.
Okay, let's take a moment to reflect on the responsibility we share in serving and shaping this vibrant city of Milpitas. May we be guided by the wisdom and compassion in our decisions, working together for the well-being of all our residents. We ask for clarity and understanding as we discuss the challenges before us, and the courage to make choices that benefit not just the present, but the future of Milpitas. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve and for the community we call home. May we be mindful of the needs of others, and may our decision reflect the principle that unite us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Lamb. And so now we will do some presentations. I'll go down to the podium, and if council members want to join me, let's go down. Hello, everyone. It's great to see all of you. So energetic, because you guys exercise a lot. So this is going to be represented by the Hike Queen Buddies. So this is Equality Day, August 26th. Today, we commemorate Women's Equality Day, a day that honors the ratification of the 19th Amendment and the ongoing struggle for gender equality. Women continue to face challenges in achieving true equality. But together, we can break barriers and ensure that every woman has the opportunity to thrive. So join me, Mayor Carmen Montano, and the Milpitas City Council in proclaiming August 26, 2025 as Women's Equality Day in the great city of Milpitas. Thank you. So we have this proclamation, and I'm not going to read it because it's pretty lengthy, but we need someone to come, or maybe all of you, or someone needs to come and accept this. All of you guys. Good. I'm not short. Come on, take a short one in front of us. Spread out. Spread out. Oh, I love that. We want to make sure everybody Thank you, everyone, for coming here. It was really great to see all of you here. So now, let's move on to the public forum. So members of the public are invited to speak on any item that is not on today's agenda. Please note that oral public comment may only be provided live at the City Council chambers. So public forum will be limited to 3 minutes. So City Clerk, please call for the speakers.
First, we have Voltaire Montemayor, and then I believe the Hike Queen Buddies wanted to address the City Council as well.
Welcome, Mr. Montemayor.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the City Council, interim city manager and staff. Yeah, I have my topic is in general, but mainly I will speak about women. I salute you. I respect. Starting, I don't know how will I start. My mother wasn't a commander of the military like my dad, but she commands like when she calls my name a mile away, it will reach me when I was young. So that's the women's power. Behind me, it is like Hike Queen ladies, women leaders. Yeah, in many comparison, the other side outnumber us. So I'm not saying there's affirmative action, but as I said, we respect them. In front of us too, of course, the administration is, for now, should I say, sorry, no offense, power of the ladies in front of us, mayor and everybody. Now, well, in sports also, I'm not saying the word, but should I mention it now? I respect either way, anyway, the transgender. Sometimes, without mentioning that, some are stronger than me when it comes to strength. But I'm not considering the masculinity defeated by femininity, but it's all right. Yeah, as long as we have a good team, we have a good teamwork, ladies and gentlemen in Milpitas, then we're all good. Like lately, we team up to have the St. John Queens at St. John, so Queen is there. But when it comes to chess, still the most powerful is the Queen. If you get the Queen, but still the King is hiding there to be checkmated. So anyway, I salute the women all over the world. More power to you, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very nice of you to say that, Mr. Montemayor. That's great. So now, is there anyone else that would like to
Now
speak?
we'll have the ladies from the Hike Queen Buddies.
Okay, welcome.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Madam Mayor Montano, city officials, and esteemed members of the Milpitas leadership team. My name is Preeti Divedi, and I'm a proud Milpitas former resident, though my heart is still here. I'm also the co-founder of Hike Queen Buddies and community leader of that, a women group which started right here in Milpitas, and now it's reached across the Bay Area and beyond. Today, I'm here with all my fellow Hike Queen community leaders and members. It is a profound honor to stand before you on this Women's Equality Day to accept this proclamation on behalf of our community. This acknowledges the strength, courage, and determination of women in our community who has dared to redefine what's possible in outdoors. It represents our shared belief that an equal society is a stronger society, and that strong women lift each other up. So encouraged by all the support we have received from this incredible community, we are looking ahead and planning an ambitious and exciting new summit. That's the Women Outdoor Wellness Summit, or WOW. This will truly be one of a kind event designed to unite women from diverse communities to connect, explore, and find inspiration for the outdoors. We will have industry leaders from the worlds of both wellness and outdoors joining us. Though through our fireside chats and panel discussions, they will be sharing their personal stories, their challenges, and their triumphs. Our hope is that through their journey, they will inspire every woman in attendance to champion her own wellness and make her own well-being a priority. Meanwhile, our awesome WOW community is working relentlessly to bring on board some generous sponsors and partners. We are also supported by leading brands who have provided amazing in-kind contributions. Finally, we want to extend a heartfelt invitation to all the women in this to join us at our upcoming WOW Summit, which is happening on 27th of September. Come experience the warmth, the spirit, and the tangible impact of High Queen Buddies firsthand at the WOW Summit. Please check our flyers. I think all of you have that to connect with us and know more about the WOW Summit. And once again, happy Women's Equality Day to all the strong women in this room and all the strong men too who support them all the time. Yeah, thank you so much for all your time.
Thank you so much. And you know, the root, you know who the root is? It's your mothers. Your mothers, they bring this the strength, the courage, and the wisdom, and they pass it on to their daughters. So congratulations, and thank you so much for coming up here. Thank you.
I have no additional public speaker cards, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. And so now we will read announcement of conflict of interest and campaign contribution. City Attorney?
Thank you, Mayor. Ask the mayor and each council member whether he or she has any financial or personal conflict of interest related to any of the items on tonight's agenda.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo?
None.
Councilmember Chua?
None.
Councilmember Lamb?
None.
Councilmember Leanne?
None.
Mayor Montano?
And I am none. Thank you. Okay, so now,
One more.
okay, go ahead.
I further ask the mayor and the members of Milpitas City Council to please disclose any campaign contributions of $100 or more received within the last 12 months from any of the parties entering into contract with the city on tonight's agenda, or contributions received from development project applicants for development projects on tonight's agenda.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo?
None.
Councilmember Chua?
None.
Councilmember Lamb?
None.
Councilmember Leanne?
None.
Mayor Montano?
And I am none.
Thank you, Mayor. Let the record reflect no reported conflicts.
Okay, great, thank you. And so now we have the Milpitas City Council Code of Conduct, and our Vice Mayor would like to read it.
Thank you, Mayor. The Milpitas City Council Code of Conduct: be respectful and courteous, model civility, avoid surprises, praise publicly and criticize privately, focus on the issue and not on the person, refrain from using electronic devices while on the council days, disclose conflicts of interest and affiliations related to the agenda items, separate governing from campaigning. The council speaks with one voice after making policy on issues. Respect the line between policy and administration, and council will hold one another accountable to comply with this code of conduct.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vice Mayor. Okay, now moving on to the approval of the agenda. Does anyone have any changes? If not, let's call for a motion and a second. Is there anyone here that we have a Councilmember Chua?
So moved. The agenda.
Second.
Okay, so it was moved by Councilmember Chua and seconded by Vice Mayor. Okay, let's call for the vote.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo?
Aye.
Councilmember Chua?
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb?
Aye.
Councilmember Leanne?
Aye.
Mayor Montano?
And I'm an aye. Thank you. Okay, now moving on to the consent calendar. So again, do staff have any comments on the consent calendar?
No comments.
Okay, so there are no comments from staff. And we'll go ahead and see if we can proceed with the item and ask for a motion and a second.
Mayor, we do need public comment first.
Oh, forgive me for that. Okay, so public comment on the consent calendar.
I have no public speaker cards.
Anyone from the public? Okay, so we'll have call for the motion.
Move to approve the consent calendar as written.
Second.
Okay, so it was moved by Vice Mayor Barbadillo and seconded by Councilmember Chua. So let's call for the vote.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo,
Aye.
Councilmember Chua,
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb,
Aye.
Councilmember Liang,
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
And I am an aye, thank you. And so now we'll move on to public hearings. City Manager?
So the first item we have is introduction of an ordinance, number 65.155, to adopt by reference the 2025 California Building Codes with amendments, and we have our building official, Bill Tutt, here to provide a presentation.
Thank you, Deanna. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. We have a very short PowerPoint to show you. If I can pull that up. There we go. So again, this is introducing Ordinance 65.155 for adoption of the 2025 California Building Codes. Next slide. So the triennial code adoption timeline is represented here for the California Building Standards Codes. And it starts around 2023, and we have about a year's worth of proposed code changes that are submitted to various committees. And then by the end of 2023 into 24, the ones that make it through are ready for public review and Code Advisory Committee hearings and Building Standards Commission hearings. And then we're on to the publication period. That takes about 6 months. And then we end up at July 1st, which is the publication date. And from there to the end of the year, Jan 1 of 26, we'll be involved with education and training, and of course the filing with the Building Standards Commission hearings and the adoption of the ordinance. Next slide. So we have 12 parts to our California building codes. We have to keep up with all of the new bills coming out of our legislation here in California. So there's quite a few that have to be revised to align with these new bills. And also the streamlining of technical codes, the advancement of that frontier is never ending. We have local amendments that we introduced again. It's the same local amendments we have now in the 2022 code cycle that are going to go forward into the 2025 codes. Next slide. So, like I said, it's a very short presentation. Recommendation is to move to waive the first reading beyond the title and introduce ordinance number 65.155, amending chapters 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 14, 16, 19, and 150 of Title II of the Milpitas Municipal Code relating to adopting by reference the 2025 California Building Code, Residential Code, Mechanical Code, Electrical Code, Plumbing Code, Energy Code, Green Building Standards Code, Wild Land Urban Interface Code, Existing Building Code, Historical Building Code, Reference Standards Code, 2024 International Property Maintenance Code, and the 2024 International Swimming Pool and Spa Code with amendments. I'll take questions now if you have any. Thank you.
Was that it? Thank you very much. Okay, actually, I need to ask the public if you have any questions or comments on the item that was presented. We have Mr. Montemayor.
Voltaire Montemayor, Milpitas. Yes, I love this topic that we have now. The main thing is safety to our places, safety to the community. Mostly I'm in line with the seismic, but I would rather consider all because we need to follow the ordinances concerning. Even with amendments, of course, because the staff to my left and the city is wanting to have everybody safe. So there are a lot of features that we have to consider, a lot of amendments in chapters. But still, as I was emphasizing, we need to have the right code to build or to follow, to have a staying place, to have a building, a strong building that could withstand all those, like I mentioned, is partly a seismic fire. Maybe we don't have a flood. A long time ago, there were floods in Milpitas. But I think lately we are not that worried, but we're lucky. I mean, there are floods everywhere in America. So, yeah, thanks that we are current in establishing this code stuff. They're built that and the assistant city manager. And thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Montemayor. And thank you, Bill, for your presentation. And I know that nothing is static, things change, so we have to go along with the codes, revising them. And so now with that, let's see if the council has a motion or questions or, go ahead, Councilmember.
You have a question? Okay. I was going to do the motion.
Is there, okay, well,
Vice Mayor has a question.
okay, Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor. As the amendment is technical as it is, would you, in a few sentences, tell us what are the things that change so that everyone who has a old house have a new structure to build, or any structures in Milpitas would know beyond the technicality of the amendment. So it says it improves safety, sustainability, resiliency, and incorporates new technology, design, and construction. So what are we expecting in new structures? What are we expecting to change in layman terms?
Well, I'll address the Green Building Code and the Energy Code first. Those have been previous code cycles we've adopted. The council has adopted REACH codes, but the Energy and Green Building Codes have substantially raised the bar. Essentially, the baseline for new construction incorporates a lot of the things that we had on our REACH codes previous, like for electrification. They can't and won't go as far as banning gas. Can't do that. But what they do is provide requirements for efficiency. So, for instance, for a gas-fired water heater, there is an efficiency level that is in the Energy Code now that pretty much precludes the use of a standard tank hot water heater because they can't meet that efficiency level. So it's agreed to, and it's part of the code now. So again, just on a broad level, the baselines in all of the codes have been raised, and this is kind of common. But the electrification and the advancement of things in the code that'll help reduce carbon footprint and greenhouse gas emissions, all of the baselines for that have risen substantially. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. And it more explains, as I said, the technical building code amendment now. So it's mostly improvements of safety, electrification, and some modifications that, that enhances sustainability and everything, right?
Right.
Right. This affects both existing and new structures.
Yes, it does. Although there's a little wrinkle in it this year with the passing of the state budget bill, and they had a bill that was what they called trailered onto it, which is legal, but kind of strange that they allow this. So they took portions of another AB that was going to eliminate this triannual code adoption process, but a few of those components of that bill made it through on this trailer bill. And one of those is we cannot, after we pass this, hopefully the council adopts this, under these new rules that are adopted in this state budget bill, which is strange, we cannot have any changes, local amendments, except for a few exceptions until June 1st of 2031. So it was very important for us to maintain our local amendments, in which we did, or will, hopefully.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have Councilmember Lamb as well, wants to make some comments.
Yeah, I have a questions. For the newer single-family house, would the code, you mentioned the electrification and make the gas requirements so the water heater requirement so high that most of the water heater would not meet the code requirements. So would they build the house with the gas pipe?
Well, they have other gas appliances they may want, like a cooktop, maybe a log lighter. Those are still allowed. And you can still have gas, but in the instance of a standard like 30-gallon tank gas-fired water heater, the efficiency of those would not pass the new standard that's in the energy code. So that's a very specific example. But you can still pipe your house with gas and have a gas meter and use it for other things.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilmember Lamb. Is there anyone else that has any comments? I think I see Councilmember Chua has her hand raised.
Seeing no comments.
Councilmember Chua, sorry, before we have a motion, I do have to read the title for legal compliance.
Okay, go ahead.
This is an ordinance 65.155. The Milpitas City Council is entitled An Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Milpitas, amending chapters 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 14, 16, 19, and 150 of Title II of the Milpitas Municipal Code, adopting by reference to 2025 California Building Code, 2025 California Residential Code, 2024 International Property Maintenance Code, 2025 California Mechanical Code, 2025 California Electrical Code, 2025 California Plumbing Code, 2024 International Swimming Pool and Spa Code, 2025 California Energy Code, 2025 California Existing Building Code, 2025 California Wildland Urban Interface Code, 2025 California Green Building Standards Code, and 2025 California Historical Building Code with amendments.
Thank you, City Manager. So if there's no more council discussion, let's have a motion and a second. We have Councilmember Chua.
Thank you, Mayor. Move to approve item 8 as recommended by staff.
And then we have Councilmember Lin to second that. Okay, so we have Councilmember Chua made the motion, and we have Councilmember Lin who seconded that. So let's call for the vote.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo?
Aye.
Councilmember Chua?
Aye. Aye.
Councilmember Lamb?
Aye.
Councilmember Lian?
Aye.
Mayor Montano?
And I am an aye. Thank you. Okay, now moving on to item 9. City Manager?
The next item is introduction of an ordinance number 113.27 to adopt by reference the 2025 edition of the California Fire Code with certain local amendments, and we have Deputy Chief Arthur Belton before us.
Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members. Arthur Belton, Deputy Chief, functioning as your Fire Marshal, here to present on the Fire Code adoption. So, as was mentioned by Bill, this is a triannual. We are in the same cycle as the building code. You can go to the next slide, please. This is going to be adoption of what originates as a 2024 International Fire Code. The state of California then adopts those portions, adds their amendments. That's the 2025 Fire Code, which is what we're addressing adoption tonight. In the last month and a half, my office has collaborated with all of the other jurisdictions within Santa Clara County. We do this to try and bring alignment into our codes so we're not going to Santa Clara and getting one set of rules and going to Sunnyvale and getting another in Milpitas, but try and bring as much alignment into our codes as possible. And tonight's the introduction of the ordinance 113.27. What this does is basically supplant the existing one that it was passed 3 years ago by the council. Next slide, please. So just for definition, the city of Milpitas is a regulatory agency. As such, we're given allotment to do permit issuance, inspection, and enforcement on things in the city. The provisions allow us to make amendments to this as a regulatory agency. The purpose of this adoption is basically to ensure public safety within our community. Next slide, please. Some significant notable changes that occurred on this. We removed what we had before were cash rooms. These were rooms that were supplying equipment and resources for fire operation crews on larger facilities. We found that these are really not necessary going forward, so we've removed these. A lot of developers will be happy to hear that because it's definitely going to be a load off of their work coming in. The tent requirements that we had were a little bit more restrictive than we felt were necessary, and so to bring ourselves into alignment with the rest of the county, we've reverted to the model code. We also added some hazardous material monitoring. We have a lot of high tech, as you well know, in this city, so we have a lot of requirements around that in terms of monitoring. Additionally, we adopted Appendix D. What Appendix D does specifically is talks about the access for fire apparatus. We did this because the county fire department has this adopted, and we're trying to bring ourselves into alignment. So in case we have a large scale incident where their resources are coming to our city, we're ensuring that we have the ability for those resources to get to where they need to be, bring us in alignment. Next slide, please. So as the recommendations, open the public hearing and close any, following any comments, and then waive reading after the title and adopt the 2025 California Fire Code. I'm here for any questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief Belton. And so now I'll open it up to the public.
I have no public speaker cards, Mayor.
Anyone from the public? We have Mr. Montemayor. Come on up. I will have Mr. Montemayor, and then we'll have this gentleman here.
Thank you. Yeah, three of us. Thank you. I'm given the chance to be the first. Yeah, of course, we cannot ignore how good our fire department, police department, paramedics, those teams. The response time is great, the best, one of the best, if not the best, of course, the best. Three incidents happened to my neighborhood, and I'm impressed. We have it controlled in an hour or so, average. So they did great. And I mean, the team is not just there to put out the fire. They also help, of course, the residents. They calm them down. They give all the support. So we're lucky in Milpitas. We don't need like jets or helicopters carrying or parading of waters, getting waters from the lake, from the sea. So it's still maybe this will be like a bridge. Someone else there. Maybe it's included as part of the weight abatement and any materials. How will I describe those materials with the burning scales? And we have to team up with them too, as people of Milpitas and people of county, the state. Still fires is all over California, all over the United States. So as I said, thanks to the fire department, police department, and all. They're doing good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Montemayor. And we have the next gentleman. Come on up. Welcome.
This is the first time I attended this meeting, so I'm not sure if it's the right time to ask this question. Is it about item 9, or we can ask other questions?
This is specific to item 9 that we're talking right now.
And we have to wait.
So, but this is, oh, which one did you want to talk on 10? That's still in the future, okay. Anyone else for item 9? Okay, if not, we have council discussion. Any discussion, any questions from our council members? I don't see any. I do have one, and this is regarding the fire apparatus road. So can you expand more on that?
Yeah, so we have specifications that are based on our apparatus in the city to make sure that those apparatus can get into locations. So when you're building a development, we look at roadways, the turning radius and such that are based on our apparatus. The county fire department, as do other departments, they have different specifications. So Appendix D is what they refer to, and it references their apparatus sizing and such. So we, as offices throughout the county, decided that we'd like to adopt that so we could be standardized across the county.
Okay, yeah, I think.
It's not retroactive, so we're clear. It's just for new construction or new development that's going in.
Oh, just for new development?
Yeah, so we wouldn't go back and revert to like making people widen roads that already exist.
Okay, so I think that this item came up in Santa Clara County Cities Association, and I think there was some concern that some of these roads were private roads and they were going, dirt roads and out in the, way out in the hills, and so
so obviously county fire department deals with those kinds of things that we really don't deal with in our community. So to be honest and forthright, we really probably will not impact anything that's going on within our city. So.
And I have heard that, I think it was just last week, I saw in the news that a homeowner, I guess it was a road, and a homeowner put a gate there and didn't let the hikers and the bicyclists driving through that road or right on the road. So that must be something different, or?
That's different. That's, I mean, ultimately, if I'm going to be 100% honest, we have a gate like that and we have an incident, we're just going to cut a lock and get in if we need to, so. But that's not dealing with fire access. That's a public access issue.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions? If not, we're going to move for a motion in a second. Who else has a question?
Yes, Mayor, I would need to read the title as well for this one.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is ordinance number 113.27, the Milpitas City Council, entitled an ordinance of the Milpitas City Council, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Milpitas, repealing and replacing Chapter 300 of Title 5 of the Milpitas Municipal Code and adopting by reference the 2025 edition of the California Fire Code with specific local amendments.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to a motion in a second. We have Councilmember Lin.
Second.
Okay, so it was a motion by Councilmember Lin and seconded by Vice Mayor Barbadillo. So let's call for the vote.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo?
Aye.
Councilmember Chua?
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb?
Aye.
Councilmember Lian?
Aye.
Mayor Montano?
Aye. Thank you for that. And now moving on to Leadership and Support Services, City Manager.
The next item is the council's consideration of award of contract and authorize the city manager or designee to negotiate and execute an agreement with Main Star for land management and permitting solutions and agreement with Data Climb for project management services in support of the land management and permitting solution implementation. And we have, there he is, we have our IT Director, Daniel Nam.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, City Council. This item is item 11 regarding the replacement of the city's permitting and land management system. Next slide, please. The city's various departments and divisions issue permits for development projects, and the permit revenue is a significant resource of the city's income. In fiscal year 2025, the total building, fire, and planning permit revenue was $9.46 million. The current permitting system, TrackIt, was implemented 19 years ago in 2006, and the system is no longer supported by the vendor. permitting process is fragmented due to the use of multiple discrete systems and resulting in delays, suboptimal communication, and lack of data sharing. Staff determined that the replacement is essential to maintain service delivery and improve efficiency. To supplement the staff capacity and expertise, third-party project management services is required for this implementation. Next slide, please. So this is a timeline of the city's permitting system. And as you can see, in 2006, 19 years ago, Track-It permitting system was implemented primarily to handle building, fire, and encroachment permits. Fast forward to 2019, Project Doc's electronic plan submittal system was implemented for building permits, and this was to improve the permit submittal process. In 2023, city staff conducted assessments on replacing the current solution with a modern and more unified system. In 2024, City Council approved the CIP project with the funding allocation of $1.5 million for fiscal year 2025. And subsequently, City released RFP for land management system. And the following year, earlier this year, we released RFP for the project management professional services contract. Next slide, please. For procurement, staff conducted competitive procurements for the technology system and professional services in accordance with the city's procurement requirements. On October 2024, City released the RFP for land management solution. 11 vendor proposals were evaluated, and Mainstar Incorporated was the best value proposer. In February 2025, City released RFP for project management and land management solution implementation. 8 vendor proposals evaluated, and Data Climb LLC was the best value proposer. Next slide, please. The staff expects benefits in 3 major categories. First, assessment focus on improved public service. The product includes a modern public self portal available, which is available in 24/7, which allows viewing all open and completed projects, schedule inspections, and make payments, all of which contributes to transparency with ability to check status of all your permit requests, faster turnarounds thanks to the streamlined review process, and predictable costs with automatic fee calculations. The system also improved internal efficiency, improved interdepartmental workflow and communication, and with the improved mobile access system, field personnel can stay more productive and reduces duplicative work and errors. We also expect to have a stronger foundation in our system with shared database, which ensures data integrity and efficient data sharing. And with an open architecture, gives us the ability to integrate with other city systems, such as geographic information system. Next slide, please. If the council approves the project this evening, staff expects the project to start in October and November of this year. The implementation is expected to take approximately 24 months, which results in anticipated launch towards the end of 2027. Next slides, please. The cost of the initial 4-year term for the software is $650,000, with 2 3-year options estimated at $921,000, which is subject to appropriation. The cost for the initial 2-year term for the software implementation is project management is $370,000, with 3 1-year options not to exceed $200,000 and also subject to appropriation. The funding source for this project is CIP 3502, Land Management System Replacement, through Information Technology Replacement Fund. And next slide, please. Staff recommendation for the item 11 is to award a contract and authorize a city manager or designee to negotiate and execute 1 software license and professional services agreement with Mainstar for land management and permitting solution, including related professional services, for an initial 4-year term and up to 2 3-year options to extend the term of the agreement for a total of 10 years, a maximum compensation of $650,000 for the initial 4-year term, and an estimated $1.571 million for the full 10 years term, and a 10% contingency subject to appropriation of funds. And 2, a professional services agreement with Data Climb LLC for project management implementation services for the land management and permitting solution for an initial term of 2 years and up to 3 1-year options to extend for a total of 5 years and maximum compensation of $370,000 for the initial 2-year term, with total option year costs in amounts not to exceed $200,000, also subject to the appropriation of funds. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer for you.
Thank you, Daniel Lam. Is there, we have any public comments on this item?
Yes, we have Voltaire Montemayor.
Thank you. I like this topic. I like this subject matter. Although I have to admit, it's kind of new, but there's a word consultancy part of the city, I would say. I stand corrected. This should be in reference also with public works, engineering. Of course, the IT is there. As far as the budget or this source of revenue, I think it's all calculated. I'm just wondering, when it comes to a contract, like in sports, the longer is allowed to a contract is more expensive. This one is the longer period is cheaper. So we thank for that. In other words, we don't need to calculate, but I could tell that the longer the contract is, we save. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Montemayor. Is there anyone else that would like to make any comments?
I have no additional public speaker cards, Mayor.
Okay, so I will close the public comment and go move to council discussion. Any members of the council? We have Councilmember Chua.
Thank you, Mayor. Director Bill.
Yes, Councilmember.
Hi.
Bill.
Bill.
Yes, hi.
With this land management and permitting process software, what do you see is the benefit to your department? Major benefits. I know Director Daniel enumerated a few of them. I'm looking for major benefits.
A major change and a good one is going to be the emergence of all the development services departments using this one system instead of this system or that system, depending on what office you're in. And I won't give any for instances. It's been a bit of a difficult problem for the city for a while because a lot of the processes are siloed or have been in various departments. And so across the board with all of the coordination that this system is going to allow across departments, it's going to be a huge boon to the city in terms of efficiency and streamlining and getting the job done quicker.
Would any of your current processes will change? You foresee it with the new software?
Yeah, quite a few are going to change. I'll go back to alluding to various and assorted departments using their own kind of way of getting things done, for instance, by email as opposed to submittals electronically. And so this will be, that'll go away. We're all going to be using the same system for submittals instead of just building using project docs. Pretty much by and large, the only one using it. A little bit on the land development side for their encroachment permits. So to me, that's the major thing is this coordination across all departments and the ability to look at, say, I wanted to see if a fire permit was signed off. And right now we're separated from that. We don't see that readily on our system. We have to go ask fire for what the outcome was for a certain, inspection. So all of that will be available. I can pull it up on the computer and take a look without having to go back to fire and ask. So those activities will be gone, hopefully, once this new system is in place. And I firmly believe that it's really going to help the city go forward with better service for their development services departments to the public.
What is in project docs that you think you will keep because it's a good feature?
It's interesting. Project docs, like everything, and I won't blame the tariffs on this one, but their cost has gone up substantially. We pay yearly, I believe, and the next payment, if we were to keep it, is substantially more than what it was. And so this new system has what they call Bluebeam. It's a plan review software. And our plan reviewers are familiar with it to a certain level because we have minor seats, I guess I'll call them, availability to them to do part of their plan reviews. So Bluebeam is a wonderful software for our purposes for plan review and also for others like fire prevention. This is going to really help them a lot, I believe. So project docs can go away, so we avoid the cost of providing support for that system as well as the new LMS.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Director.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Chua. Is there anyone else? We have Councilmember Lamb.
Yes. Have we test drive this software?
Councilor, generally, we do reference checks, but we don't get it because we have to do a competitive procurement. We don't get our hands on it, but we do check with other cities who has these systems, and we get feedback from them.
How many software company is doing similar type of softwares as this?
I don't have, well, there are quite a few vendors out there that provides LMS and permitting systems out there. But just to share, this particular vendor, it has 40 years of experience in this field. With their they have multiple different products, but the LMS products, their first product came out about 12 years ago. So they have an extensive experience in making this product.
Why didn't we try to take a look of the other competitors' software?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Councilmember, was that regarding the procurement process? Could
You mentioned there are other companies doing similar functions of softwares.
Yes.
Why didn't we try to take a look of the other softwares?
Yes, we do open up the public procurement process so that all these vendors who meets the criteria of the requirements that we have, they have an opportunity to put in their proposals. So we have looked at, I believe, 11 vendors.
Yes, and I want to add, this is Assistant City Manager Matt Kano. Finance Director Luz Kafresi-Howe is also on the line that can speak to this, but we did a very competitive procurement process where we put a very wide net to all the vendors that could possibly be interested in this, and through very stringent and rigorous procurement process, we narrowed it down to this final recommendation.
City Manager has a comment as well.
I just want to bring to your attention on page 2, it outlines in the report the final 3 and the scoring that each received under the criteria, and Main Star was the highest of receipt of points. And with Luz on the line, I'd like for Luz to talk a little bit about if she has data on how many people reviewed, how many businesses reviewed the RFP downloaded it, and then submitted. That data is often very helpful in terms of level of interest of doing business with Milpitas, as well as ultimately who bids for business with the city of Milpitas. And then also, in addition to that data, Luz, if you could provide response to Councilmember Lamb's question relative to any demonstrations or any reviews during the interview process with the vendors as to how we became familiar with the quality of their product. Daniel, and if you were in the interview process too, you may want to comment of just getting to whether there was demonstrations or the walk through the product.
Sure. We don't get a chance to try out the software, but we do get demos during the procurement process. So when we come down to a very top final candidates, we do allow vendors to come in and demonstrate all of the requirements that we have put in the RFP, so we get to see the function working.
You mentioned there are 11 compared softwares, and how many of the 11 have you bring them in and show demos?
I believe there was the top 3 vendors. Luz, I believe
Luz,
that.
do you have the data? I think that would be helpful, because if the 11 did not propose, if all 11, then we can't bring them in. So.
We go through a process. Good evening, council members and the public. My name is Luz Kafresi Howe. I'm the finance director for the city. As with all our procurements, especially ones for our request for proposals, we cast a very broad net. Generally what happens, and I'm having a little trouble with my computer, but I will bring them up in a moment. For this one, we had 12 responders. Probably over, and I wish that my computer was more responsive, but it's not. But we had 12 responders. We went through a significant process of scoring. So we went through a number of phases, and then we evaluated it down to, after going through current phases, we narrowed it down to, hang on a second. We scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We scored 1, 2, 3, and I believe this is also in the memorandum itself. We scored 3, percolated to the top. We asked them for best and final offer. We provided them a script. They did demonstrations. Our scripts are very prescriptive. Each and every vendor goes through a series of demonstrations of capability. The scripts are developed by our evaluators, and our subject matter experts. So the people you're seeing before you, which is Daniel, Bill, and others, were planning was also represented, were also part of the evaluation panel. So the script judges them fairly against what can and can't you do. Our demonstrations.
I found the data, Luz.
Oh, great, thank you.
So let me just review. The RFP was released to 2,268 firms, received notification of this business opportunity. 111 firms downloaded the RFP document. 13 vendors submitted proposals, with 2 being disqualified. All 11 were evaluated and scored in accordance with the evaluation criteria. And then the top 6 were selected and invited to provide system demonstrations to the evaluation panel, of which the 3 were rose to the top. And as you see, after that competitive process, Mainstar was the highest point receiver through the evaluation criteria.
Thank you, City Manager.
Sure. One thing I have problem with, we spend a lot of money on this software, but we haven't test drive it. And then we identify top 3 vendors for the software, but we haven't. Why can't we test drive all 3 vendors and make final decisions? Instead of just scoring based on points or based on reviews. Why don't we test drive something ourselves?
Can you just clarify what you mean test drive? Are you meaning going to another city and just playing around with the system?
No,
or do you
a
mean
lot of software allow people to download a version, a preliminary version, and we try out
Well, Councilor, so for systems like this has lots of data that we have to migrate and things like that to test the functionality. So um, when you say test driving, like testing out the functionality, things
Yeah.
like that, we actually create a script, as Finance Director Luz mentioned. The script is very stringent. We ask the vendors to show us very specific features during the demo so we can verify the function working. So that's, we have to follow that process. Getting the system set up and during the competitive procurement process, that's just not something that we're allowed to do.
So the top 3 vendors, we have seen the demos and we have go through similar type of questions, and at the end you pick this one.
Yes, the script is same for everyone because we set the guidelines on what we have to have in a solution that we're looking for. So that each vendor has to verify that every item that we have listed, their system can actually deliver. So that's the demo process.
So Councilmember Lamb, you're talking about a sandbox in a system sort of like this. It's challenging because, as Director Nam said, it does not reflect our data. It would reflect sample data, which may or may not pertain to our particular permit structure or particular fee structure. So we would be testing for exactly what we're testing for when we have these scripts. So the scripts reflect fairly pretty much what staff are doing in the various departments, their activities from day to day. Can you do this? Can you do that? And can you submit a plan? And it's extraordinarily specific for this particular procurement. Our IT by purchase agent, who is Ms. Davis, has 15 years of experience in IT purchases. This is just one of many purchases in the IT field that she does. So she has very, very experienced in setting up very prescribed processes that generally gets good results.
Okay. So out of the 3, and you guys think this is the top software, and
in the page 2, there's a weighted average score. So we go through a very stringent process of scoring each of the top vendors.
Okay.
So as you can see, the main star was just ahead of the Citizen Serve and Tyler Technologies. They're very similar, but Main Star did come out at the top because as you can see, the evaluation criteria weight on page number 2. It'll be very helpful if you quickly take a look there. Solution technical capabilities is weighted at 35%. That is the highest because we need to make sure these products actually does what we need it to do. And then the next item was vendor viability. We make sure that the vendor is able to deliver these products. And we do this by a couple of things, including checking references, right?
Okay. By looking at the way is the surface of there's a $200,000 surface fee. That means this software is not an easy software to use. Otherwise, we don't need a handheld person to work with us for a couple years. So this is not sounds like it's not a user-friendly type of software.
The project management services does include a little bit of training components to that too, but majority of their services are specific for the implementation. The reason why we recommend hiring the project management services is because these vendors work with many different public agencies delivering the same type of migration projects, right? So during that process, they do learn a lot about particular scenarios, the best practices, the things that worked well for one agency. We might want to think about that when we implement ours. those are the kind of knowledge and expertise that we will not have internally. So as far as the ease of use of the product is, project management services will not, we're not hiring them for the difficulty of using it. It's a difficulty of implementing the system. I don't know if that makes sense.
If I could add some color to that, the 3 references for Data Climb, which is a project management organization, their references were Cooks County from Illinois. Their annual budget is $9.94 billion. That's for FY25. Village of Orland Park, their 2025 budget was $60 million in village services. And then there was another organization, a private consulting firm, that hired them for $355,000 for a management of an ERP implementation for 58 state agencies. All the references for both Mainstar and for who is the software provider, and the project manager, which is Data Climb, were all excellent. All of the references said they would hire Data Climb again, that they would buy Mainstar again. No significant complaints for Data Climb. They successfully have managed high-profile, complex implementations. They have a demonstrated ability to work with major system integrators. Strong organizational change management to address the question that was put before us regarding changes from old processes to new processes. And so, and also another statement that they said this is a reliable professional vendor with strong project management expertise, particularly suited for government sector implementations. So in both these products and services, we have excellent references.
Okay. Now, I have another question. So relate to the pricing. Is this list price or negotiated price?
All our prices are negotiated. Our buyers do not settle for the first bids. That's our practice.
How do you know?
It's a matter of the size.
How do you know this is a good price?
Because part of the evaluation criteria and the weighted criteria is comparing the prices. When we talk about the best responder, part of the criteria we look at is how does their pricing compete one against the other? So
if you look at the proposed compensation on page 2, for the evaluated criteria, it was assigned 15% of the 100 possible points. Mainstar got all 15 points. And the other 2 bidders got 8.4 and 4.4 respectively, meaning that they came in at a higher price, likely.
So if they got the most points in comparison to each other, that means that they were the best price. The best price is the lowest price here.
So you guys think this is the lowest price you could get them to negotiate?
Our negotiators are very good and our people are very experienced.
Okay. That's all question I have.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Lam. We have Councilmember Chua.
Thank you, Mayor. On the RFP, where you enumerate the list of functionality that we desire to have, right? Is there anything there that they said, yes, but you have to do something? You have to either do an interface program or it's not as straightforward as just dumping the data. Migrating the data from the legacy system to the current system. Was there anything on the list?
Thank you, Councilmember, for the question. Yes, there will be a data migration, absolutely, because we have been using this existing system for a while. There's quite a bit of data that we need to migrate. But during that process, we also will determine how much of that data needs to be archived and migrated to the new system. So that process is part of the implementation. As far as integrating and interfacing with other systems, absolutely. We have several systems that we have to integrate. To provide a little bit of an example, Bluebeam, as Bill just mentioned, in the ERP system, in the credit card payment processing, because we would like the users to be able to make payments directly from the system, and our document management system. So as the final records are created in our LMS system, we would like to be able to send it directly to the city's document management system. And also, as I mentioned, our city's geographic information system. So everything will be integrated.
Okay, sounds good. So they have a workaround,
Yes.
whatever the challenge was.
Yes, and we may also have to integrate some other systems that we identified during the implementation. It would be nice to have this one integrated too. Then we will absolutely look at those.
Okay. I have a question about the contract. I don't know if this is for city attorney or whoever. Because this is a 10-year, it's really 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Is there a exit clause, and what is it?
So I can speak to our typical software contracts and templates. They have allowances for us to terminate for convenience. They have allowances for us to terminate for non-appropriation by the city council. These are generally provisions that are allowed for the city and not necessarily for the vendor. That is, we try to lock in the vendor for the longest period of time possible that we can agree to price and terms on, to lock in options if there was going to be a need to change in price and terms for the longest period possible on the vendor side, but then to give the city the flexibility it has, and clauses like termination for appropriation are standard in all city contracts.
I like that. I like that consideration on council's appropriation, based on council appropriation, because we don't know. We don't know if there's a budget for it.
Non-appropriate cancellation for non-appropriation is a standard clause we have in all contracts, not just software.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Thank you, City Attorney, and also thank you, Director Daniel.
Thank you, Councilmember Chua. Is there anyone else that would like to make any comments? We have Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Currently, we have Track It and FileMaker Pro and emails to do the job, right? Right. So the email transmittals. Okay, how much is it costing us, the current system?
Current system, because first of all, the Track It system is not supported, so we are not going to be making any additional payments for that. FileMaker, we do have an annual support. It's less than $5,000 for just annual support and upgrade and things like that. Email system, which we're already paying for. Right. There are other systems. Generally, the cost is pretty low with what we currently have.
Okay, so we're looking at two contracts, one for Mainstar and one for Data Climb. For Mainstar, we're looking for, we're buying the software and some professional service agreement, which includes professional services. With Data Climb, project management implementation. So what are the differences of those two additional services for management? Technical support, they come train us. How are they different? Why do we need two?
Yeah. Thank you for the question, Vice Mayor. So the professional services that may be included in the software license contract with Mainstar is their implementation side of it. So project management services that we purchase from Data Climb, they will be representing the city for us. So they'll be looking at, because of the LMS system touches so many different units, each having unique processes and priorities and requirements, it is really important to have an experienced project manager who has done this before and harmonizing all these requirements, right? So the professional services that's part of the software is their project management, their side of it. Data climb is our side. They will be communicating directly with each other, and data climb will be representing us, the city.
Okay. I'm sure in 2006, Trackit also have this service, right? Some implementation. So if you look at now, Mainstar. Oh, it has a T, huh? Mainstar, right? So it has, it has options up to 2-3 year, extended to up to 10. So do we need those implementing guidance, the extra few $1,000 throughout if we decide a 10-year option?
Vice Mayor, could you clarify, are we referring to the Mainstar?
Yeah, the Mainstar.
Additional cost?
Right. Or at some point, the professional services fall off, like Trackit.
Yes, understood.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. So their professional services, part of it, it's for the implementation only.
Right. For 10 years, if we choose 10 years?
No, that would be for the initial 4-year term.
An extend agreement for a total of 10 years. Let's say the second year we like them so much and then we want it 10 years. So the package includes them holding our hands for 10 years?
The 2-3-year options would not include the professional services because the system will be already implemented and good to go. So the initial 4 years, that's the only time that we would need the professional services for that. That's more of an implementation. It's probably going to be even less than 4 years.
Okay. So I'm trying to see where the expenses are going, the 1.5 million, right? Which part of that, when we learn it in the second year, will be saved because our staff already knew it after implementation. Same question with data climb, right? It can be a total of 5 years. Are we going to maintain the implementation services for 5 years if we choose to have the maximum 5 years?
So data client project management services, we expect the project to be finished within 24 months. That's our expectation. So after 2 years, we most likely will not need that service. And the additional 3 one-year options at not to exceed 200,000 is an estimation that is subject to appropriation by the council.
Okay, so both contracts and both services, there will be a point in time that this related services as to the product as well as the implementation services will fall off. And
correct.
At that end, it's just the license, software fee that we renew each year.
Yeah, software fee and the support, the annual support of the product updates and things like that. Right?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So would that be clear in the contract, Mr. City Attorney?
Correct. That would be part of our pricing schedule for whatever services we're requiring for whatever years that's spelled out in the scope of work.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have a couple of questions. So what do you think this is the biggest challenge, might be the biggest challenge once you implement this?
Biggest challenge during the implementation, Mayor, would be, I can actually think of 2, is data migration is always the biggest issue because we need to be able to still access some of that data. So we'll determine that. Second is it's a challenge, but also an opportunity, is we get an opportunity to review all of our existing processes. We are forced to, because we're getting a whole new system, we need to configure them. That means it's an opportunity for us to review every process and see if we can make improvements in all those areas. Typically for IT projects, challenges can come from integrating with discrete systems. Some vendors, they make it easy, some don't. But that's just the typical for IT, implementation projects.
Yeah, so this system that we have now, I think it's Track It.
Track it, yes.
Yeah, and it's pretty old. I think it's almost 20 years old.
Yes, 19
So,
years. Mhm.
I really do feel that we need to implement this mainstay, was it
Mainstar.
Mainstar. And because one of the, and I see everybody's concerned the price, over $1 million, that's a lot of money. But at the same time, we all know that software is so expensive. For my main concern to prove this for my vote is because we get so many complaints about the permit process. And I think you've already heard that. And I'm hoping that this system will streamline the permit process. Because once you do that, because we have a reputation, I don't know if you know this, but we have a bad reputation from a lot of people that don't want to do business in our city because they say it takes too long and there's a lot of hurdles. And I think if once we have this system in place, I think it'll make it easier for the developers, for people that want to build or make some changes, I think it's going to change their worldview of us. So, like I said, I think it's going to be streamlining and efficiency. It'll help us, and it's overdue. 20 years is a long time. So,
Thank you, Mayor. Just to clarify, so the initial 4-year term for the software license and the project management services for the first 2 years is $1 million and $1,020,000. So we did, council approved us to move forward with this project during the CIP budget process, up to $1.5 million. But we actually we were able to find a product and the services that are able to be right at $1 million mark.
yeah, okay, thank you. Like I said, you have to spend money to make money. So, we have Councilmember Lynn.
Director Nam, I know that we looked for a new software or this new system just so that you can improve the workflow. What is your expectation and how fast or how much time saving, and would it smooth out the process?
Can I actually ask Director Talk to help with this one?
Sure. Like I was saying earlier in my comments, the siloing, I guess I'll use that term again, of the various and assorted development services departments is really kind of the Achilles heel. And so we're going to get rid of that because the assumption is that everybody's going to use the system and not fall back on other means of getting their business done separately. Because it's very important as the building office manages all of those permits that have multiple departments ringing in with their plan review comments. So we act as the gatekeeper for a specific or given permit. And so it's going to streamline the ability to communicate better. And so we'll have all of that in one place on one system. And I think it's going to be amazing. From what I've seen in some of the reviews we did with other companies, meaning cities where they have this system. There was 2 that I remember. And they just walked us through their system that was customized for whatever their purposes. But, and we had the capability with ours too. So we were very impressed with it. Our staff got to view this with 2 cities that I recall have this system. So having said that, yeah, I'm looking forward to the day when you can just pull it up and you have all that information. You don't have to go chase somebody around for an answer, which is part of what happens now. So.
Thank you. And I want that to be on the record because the amount of money will satisfy all of us for that reason. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Councilmember Lynn. We have Councilmember Chua.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a quick clarifying question before I make a motion. Director Nam,
Yes.
on the professional fee, does that include the version upgrade to the software?
The software license fee, that's $650,000 over the course of 4 years. That does include that.
It includes the version upgrade.
Yes, correct. So
But
this,
sometimes they separate them out.
correct. So this particular software is a SaaS, software as a service. It's hosted on the cloud.
Oh,
So anytime when there's a new version comes out, it's immediately available to our staff.
oh, I like that. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Mayor.
Oh, thank you so much, and I'm glad that this project is it's going to be in sync with all the other departments, or the majority. Okay, do you have a motion?
Motion. Is there a public comment?
Oh, public comment?
We had already asked for public comment
We
on
already
this
asked
item.
it.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's good. You want to, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, Councilmember Lin.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve this project.
There a second? Okay, so it was moved by Councilmember Lin and seconded by Councilmember Chua. And now we'll call for the vote.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Aye.
Councilmember Chua.
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb.
Aye.
Councilmember Lian.
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So congratulations. This will really help our city move along, move forward. Okay, so now back to announcements and future agenda items. Do we have any city manager?
I have no announcements.
Okay, and council members? We don't have any. I do have one, and this has to do with the mural selection committee. I know in the past we approved it, and I want to go over it again. I guess basically it's a change in the process of because right now the selection in the Arts Commission, they have a selection committee, and I really feel that all the commissioners should be involved and have a say because we need to be more inclusive, have more ideas that will be presented to the commissioners. So that's what. I want us to go over that mural program policy. Okay, so I'd like a consensus?
Yes. Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Chua.
Yes.
Councilmember Lamb.
Yes.
Councilmember Lian.
Yes.
Mayor Montano.
Yes. Thank you. Does anyone else have any more comments?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, well, with that, we have Councilmember Lamb.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. So far, I have been on the City Council for 8 months, and 8 months already.
Wow, time
Yes,
flies.
and I haven't had the chance to listen to everyone else goals, and what do you guys want to achieve during your terms. So I would like to propose a workshop, a off-site workshop, to focus on the City Council goals and priorities. So we could, each one of us can list out our goals and what we want to achieve during our terms, and we can prioritize all these goals, and the city staff can efficiently help us to execute this. Yeah, but I just want to officially. Yeah.
I like the offsite.
Yeah. Yeah, offsite.
This will be a
So I'd like to propose, sometime in October, early October.
Yes, this will be a call for consensus. Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Yes for the offsite.
Councilmember Chua.
Yes.
Councilmember Lamb,
Yes.
Councilmember Leanne,
Sure.
Mayor Montano.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to do it in October. I don't see any more, so, oh, wait, we have a vice mayor.
It's going to be quick. So if you remember, I represented the city in Dagupan in April as our sister city. And I believe economic development is preparing a letter to thank them for welcoming the city in April. I would like to propose a proclamation or some sort of a recognition and a confirmation of our relationship with the city of Dagupan to go with that letter.
Consensus.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo,
Aye.
Councilmember Chua,
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb,
Aye.
Councilmember Leanne,
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
Aye. Okay. Yeah, so this will be a proclamation instead of a letter, because you had asked for a letter earlier, but a proclamation, okay. Okay, so it looks like that passed. And any more? Oh, we have Councilmember Lamb.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was, you just had to forget to turn it off. All right, with that, this meeting is adjourned. Good night, everyone.